Hello, welcome to Tarot to a T. Today's reading will be for June 2023, or we're now into mid-June, more or less, for the sign of Aries. And if this is the first time to my channel, welcome Aries. If you're returning, welcome back. I want to remind you this will be a general inquiry. What message does Aries need to hear for June 2023? Also, if you have been with me before, you might have noticed you didn't have a reading come out earlier in the month, and that's because I'm cutting back just for the next couple months. It's summertime, I got other projects going on, and I'm going on vacation in July. So July, the schedule for readings coming out will either be early July or late, because I'll be gone pretty much the middle of July. But I appreciate you coming back. And what message does Aries need to hear? Since we are all here today, eagerly awaiting a message. Because I do believe these messages come out when they're meant to, just like any other tarot reader you might tune into on YouTube. You know, when the messages find you, that's when you're meant to hear them. Oh, okay, there's two on that one, two on that one. Okay, there might be something here going for you, for sure. Just a few more. And also, I want to remind you, I am offering private readings, so if you're interested in that, the information can be found in the description box. And please like, share, and subscribe. You have no idea how important that is. You're probably sick of hearing it, but I have to say it because that's the only way my channel, as well as everybody else's channel, will survive. It's just very, very important. You just have no idea unless you're interested or you're involved in YouTube in any way. You understand how frustrating it is. One month you get 1,000 views on a video, the next month you get 20. So it's like you never make progress unless you have that interaction with your audience. And it is free for you to hit that like symbol or to subscribe. You can turn off notifications if you do not want to be bothered with the pop-ups when the videos come out, okay? Let's go ahead and see what's going on, Aries. Four of Spades. Ace of Hearts. This one came out double cards. We got Four Hearts and the Queen of Clubs. That could be you. And we got the Ten of Clubs and the Jack of Clubs. Okay. More fire energy there. Actually, when I'm picking up with the Queen of Clubs, Four Hearts, sorry. Originally, so the Queen, the Clubs is fire energy. It's Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Okay, that's why immediately I thought, well, that could be you. But with the Four Hearts, I'm sensing that it's emphasizing that you have great support around you. In other words, a nurturing family, a spouse, or some kind of friend group that's holding up. They're just kind of the back you have in your lifestyle right now, in your life in general. You have a good, strong emotional backing. Let's phrase it that way, okay? Or you are providing that support for somebody else, because this Queen of Clubs energy is about someone who has a little bit of power and authority, at least in someone's eyes, right? And they're also very generous and supportive. So I feel like you may be lending emotional support to someone else, or maybe a group, a family in need. I'm picking up something along those lines. You also have fire energy here with the Jack of Clubs. This could be a younger, inexperienced person. Maybe it is your other half. Maybe they're younger than you. Or maybe this is the individual that you're involved with, that you're supporting, because they may have just completed a cycle here with the Ten of Clubs. Okay, this is what I'm getting. So the Ten of Clubs is about travel, and it's for good reason. It's recreational, it's for pleasure, it's sometimes unexpected. Somebody invites you to go along with them. I think you may be supporting someone while they're away, possibly for a while. Hence with the Four Hearts, right? And those fours do talk about the support we have in our lifestyle, and that's like our basic needs. The roof over our heads, paying bills. And I don't mean you're paying somebody's bills. I feel like you're in a position where you're supporting somebody by taking care of their household. Maybe you're feeding their pets. Maybe you're watering plants. Staying in their home. Staying in their apartment. And this Jack of Clubs, again, this is probably a fellow fire sign energy. If it's not an Aries, it could be a Leo or a Sag. And I think they're a friend to you. I don't think it's necessarily a spouse or a family. But again, they're traveling. That's how I'm picking up on that. Now, of course, because this is general reading, the positions here could be reversed. It could be you that's the one that's traveling, and you have somebody taking care of your homestead, your estate, your home. You know, they're keeping your household going while you're away. And if that's the case, well, in either case, you are on some kind of new start to follow your passion. Maybe you've just started doing this for a living. This is a very interesting subject storyline we have going on here. I must say this is refreshing. Usually I get kind of, I don't know, bogged down relationship issues or work issues, but this is clearly something very different. Following your heart, following your desires, what truly is going to satisfy you on some deep level. And you've just started this, you know, I could be speaking to an Aries, like I said, who started this like home, what do you call that, home caretaking business. It's kind of like when someone comes in and feeds your pets when you're away, but it's more than that. There's companies and groups you can join if you are interested in doing that full time. And it happens internationally. You can go all over the world and take care of people's property, for example. And with the Four of Spades, I see some kind of relief in the way you're living and the way you're supporting yourself. That it tells me there was a period of stress in the past, maybe financial, maybe emotional, but we'll keep going here. 10 of Diamonds, nice. 8 of Clubs. And look at the fours. 4 of Clubs. You got a lot of emphasis on the home base here. And another ace, the Ace of Clubs. I think this is going to be very specific, so if this doesn't resonate with you, please come back for the next reading. I think this has turned out very profitable for you. It's kind of wrapped up some kind of cycle, and perhaps you were in work that you didn't enjoy. Now you're following your passion. It's success and prosperity, though, with this 10 of Diamonds. You've reached some kind of... it could have been a goal, but I'm also hearing some kind of level or balance. Balance, that was the word. Some kind of balance in that regard. So you are very successful. Now the 8 of Clubs indicates there's some kind of decision to be made. Maybe the decision that you're hung up on, because this is a crossroads, so you're kind of stuck there. At least at the moment for June. Okay? Maybe the decision is, how long can you keep this up? Is this really going to be something you can do indefinitely, or is this a temporary situation? Because I get the feeling you're staying in someone's home. Like I said, taking care of everything there, living for free while they're away, and possibly even getting paid for it at the same time while they're on this extended trip. Right here. Yeah. And the 4 of Diamonds tells me there's something very balanced about the way you're living. Again, you had the stress relief with the 4 of Spades. I like to be very clear about this, so if this bothers you that I'm going over it again, I just like to be very clear making the connections. The 4 of Spades is that balance. Things are really good for you as far as how you're being supported, how you're able to meet your obligations and keeping yourself fed and safe and all that. And I keep getting that this is some kind of new business venture for you. Maybe you didn't start the business. Maybe you joined, like I said, one of these international companies that send people to various locations that they're able to get to take care of people's property. Such a thing does exist, and it's wild. I've never known anyone personally who does it, but I do know it exists, and this is a learning curve, right? So then the Ace of Clubs talks about learning some kind of new skill, picking up new experiences, picking up new information. And I suppose if you're in that kind of business, so let's say you stay at one place for a month, the next place is a couple of weeks, the next place is 3 weeks, you're always having to figure out the next assignment, right? Where you want to go next, especially if you're that free and you're not bogged down with a lot of stuff and you're able to do this for a while. The Seven of Diamonds. Okay, you do need to save your money, whatever's going on here. Well, save it in the sense that don't spend extravagantly and don't take gambles. That's the Seven of Diamonds. Just a little warning there. A little shout out. What else is going on for Aries? This is very interesting Aries and their interesting, unique way of living. Like I said, I think this is a very unique reading, so bear with me, bear with me. The Six of Hearts. This is opening up new connections for you. That's one of the advantages of being mobile, of being, oh, some of the younger people call it couch surfing. They're never, you know, they don't have a whole lot as far as what they own, and they're able to couch surf. I don't think you're doing couch surfing necessarily, but it can be kind of, you know, connected in that way. It can be very similar in that way. So it's bringing you in contact with a lot of people, different people, and this Six of Hearts talks about the options and opportunities coming towards you to meet somebody significant. Can be in romance, of course, but it can mean in other ways like lifetime friendships, soulmates, people that you could end up being in business with, you know, or some kind of other endeavor. I'm hearing music, like being involved in a music group. And, you know, how do you meet those bandmates? Well, you got to get out there, and sometimes I think it's not that you specifically go look for people like that, but through happen chance you meet them. The Ten of Spades. Whoever I'm reading for, you did have something. You're living in the past. This is a wrapping up of a major cycle, a major loss. So you're getting over some kind of probably traumatic event, something that affected you very deeply. You've had to go through a period of grieving, processing, healing, and maybe this new way of living is speaking to you because you're coming out of that dark period. That's a very dark card. Oh my. Yep, and here's... This literally flipped over in my hand when I grabbed the cards again. This is that broken heart card. Something about a person letting you down. Now, if it was this would very much make sense if this was a relationship that ended, that hurt you very deeply. You're still carrying around that pain with the Seven of Hearts. All about an internal experience. A loss, a disappointment that you really can't do much about except go through it. But you're still carrying it at this time. Wow. These cards are just popping out. Yeah, and there's decisions to be made around finances. I think this is why you have lightened your load and you're moving, literally moving around right now, making yourself free. So if you were in a career before and you're on this new adventure, which I really do think, especially with this, you left a career behind, so maybe you're kind of in limbo of, okay, oh, here's the decision. Here's the decision that just popped up. So the Eight of Clubs, I said, was a crossroads decision. This is that decision about what do you want to do with your life? Do you want to go into another career? I think you're sitting kind of in that space, and you know you're going to be in that space for a while. That's why you have made yourself available to assist other people, to support them. Yeah, I think that's what's going on with you. To support them in a very nurturing, but you know, it's not nurturing in the sense that you know them necessarily, but caring about somebody else's property, their pets. You know, that's a very personal thing to leave that entrusted with just anybody. And you are the kind of person, Aries, who's going to really take care of things. You're not going to let them down. You're not going to be irresponsible. You're not going to just do this half-ass. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. And this is all coming about because of some kind of loss. And I don't want to say you're running away from it. You just need a distraction. And this is the perfect distraction for you right now. While you make this decision Why you make this decision about going back into this, the career world, the corporate world, you know, the 9 to 5 or the night shift or whatever, you know, floats your boat. You're not quite sure if you want to go back to that, and so you're just letting it be for now, because that 3 of diamonds is that decision about money matters and being pulled in a couple different directions of, yeah, I can keep myself mobile this way for a while, but I think the crossroads decision is, can you do this indefinitely? Cards of advice, please, for Aries. We're going to move on to cards of advice now. What advice can they use in this situation? Very specific situation. No, too many. Okay, we got the Jack of Diamonds. Well, that card keeps flipping up, but there's too many cards attached to it. I can't take it. So if we can separate that out for me. If we need to pull it. Okay, we got these. The 3 of Hearts and the 9 of Clubs. Couple more cards for advice for Aries. 2 of Hearts. Yeah, I saw that one too. 8 of Diamonds. Okay. That might be a confirmation. I'll start with that you do need to go kind of off on your own. And what you're doing is more or less, even if you're a contractor, it's more or less on your own. This is the entrepreneurial card. It's also about reaping rewards and benefits from the hard work and effort you put into this. So I think you're doing, this is the message I'm hearing. You're on the right path right now, even though you have some indecision about if you can do it. Long term, it's okay. And you are desiring that connection again. You're looking for your soulmate. Well, let's say if you're not looking for them per se, like going to bars, and I don't recommend anyone do that, you still desire that special someone. You're not giving up on that connection, that balance. Now, the Jack of Diamonds that came out first here, this is about this being a new money situation for you. It's also Earth energy. I'll just throw it in there. It's Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, but I don't think it's a person. I think it's, again, that fresh experience, that new territory, the new financial situation you've never quite dealt with in this manner. Doesn't mean it's a bad situation. It's just new to you, and you're learning learning how to utilize it and how to navigate it. Now, the 3 of Hearts, 9 of Clubs is interesting mix, because the 3 of Hearts is like some kind of emotional indecision, and the 9 of Clubs is achievement. I think you're emotionally on the fence about how to perceive your achievement of the past, probably what you left behind. It may even pertain to what you're doing now. There's some kind of emotional, I keep hearing on the fence, like you're not sure if this is the right thing to do. This is you know, there's a sense of insecurity around it because you're not emotionally committed. But again, this is not about relationship. This is about something very practical and material oriented. So again, I think it's about what you're doing for income, for work. And I think you're just a little bit emotionally like, am I doing the right thing? Is this really stupid? You know, how you're spending your time and what you're investing in. But again, this 8 of Diamonds, I think, confirms, because this is the advice, that whatever trepidation, whatever doubts you have, you're being highly encouraged to keep on this solo path, Aries. So I would say it's a resounding yes, you're on the right path, and don't worry if you feel a little bit undecided at the moment, because there's that 3 of Diamonds, there's the decision here. You're just gonna kind of have to swing with that through June, I think. I think the answer will come to you eventually, but I am going to ask for a couple more cards of advice before we end the reading. Any more cards of advice? Yeah, the King of Spades. Well, You could have some kind of air sign around you that could help you in some way. Or this could be you, how do I phrase this? Coming into your... So you're being encouraged to come into your power as a king and not give in to the status quo, because this King of Spades is about somebody who is very practical in business. They're they have a very good head on their shoulders, but, there's the big but, they cause problems. They're not willing to go along with the program just to be going along with it. They have their own opinion, they have their own values. And you could be encouraged here to stand in your power. This is what I'm hearing. Stand in your power and stand firm on your decision. So if you did leave like this lucrative job situation, and maybe you're getting emails or texts and you're being nudged to come back and to stop following this dream this is clearly a passion of yours to follow this dream at the moment. Maybe you're being asked if you would like to come back. The King of Spades says stand firm. Don't go along with it just because it sounds better. I think on paper it might sound better, but in your heart of hearts, you need to follow your heart, right? Makes a lot of sense to me. And this is a refreshing scenario here. I really appreciate I was able to sit down for this reading today. Any more cards of advice for Aries? Five of Diamonds. Yes, there is going to be some kind of change coming in your financial situation. This is about negotiation and settlement. So maybe you left something hanging with that old employment situation. Things that you need to tie up, loose ends, roll over the 401k, or not sure what that could mean for you individually. I'm not seeing details on that, but this will change your financial situation, probably for the better. It's not like off the charts, like you're going to be receiving a windfall necessarily, but it's just kind of a general change. Now, what I'm also getting is what the endeavor that you're pursuing right now has changed your financial situation. And just to expect that there is going to be negotiation, like things that you have to give up, maybe not permanently, but for the time being. You can't live as extravagantly because you have to watch, where's that card? The first thing that came out over here, you have to watch that spending with the Seven of Diamonds. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I think I'm going to end it there. Whatever this is the right path. I just want to reiterate that, okay? Don't worry about the decisions that you're trying to make. Just let them be for now. Let them, in meditation they talk about being still. And you're not literally being still, because if you are moving around a lot and doing this professional caretaking, you're going to be mobile, but being still and the fact that you don't know what you want right now, and you don't have to make up your mind right now. A lot of indications here that you haven't. That's why I'm emphasizing that. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else here. We're going to let it rest, and thank you so much for being here. I hope this gave you some insight and guidance. And please remember to hit that thumbs up. Very important to support the channel that way if you want to keep hearing readings from me. And I will get to your reading as soon as I can in July, either early July or late July. But for right now, I'm only doing one reading per sign per month, just for the next couple months, okay? And I'll let you know when it changes again or any updates. You take care, Aries. Be strong.